And we are live.
Awesome. Hey everybody, good morning. This is Don Lanning, and we're here at our Making Monsters 101 class. We just had a little brief meeting about an overview as to what goes on in the class. The main thing is I wanted everybody to meet the class because we're going to come back on Friday and show you what we did. Let me start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Roger Baena. I'm a mold maker and novice sculptor at the moment. I'm going to be sculpting, my concept is the kind of like Debbie Harry Egyptian kind of style. I really like that album cover and I like what he did, and I'm very inspired by Giger, so it's going to definitely be pretty cool, and I'll be working out the formations for female anatomy, so I'm having some trouble with that, so I definitely want to work on that. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, it's true. When I'm doing, I do a lot of monster stuff. And so when I go to do a female, I have to slow down and change the mindset big time. Because I'll over-sculpt, I'll have big, deep lines here, like an angry brow. Like, no, this has to be female. Soft, smaller chin. Anyways, I'm excited about that. So you're going to sculpt your female first, more or less, and then you're going to start feeding in Giger-esque type things.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Great, wonderful. Well, I suggest with you that we start certainly with a beautiful female face. And there you would figure out the expression. Do you have an expression in mind?
Or is it more just kind of wanted to keep it very Egyptian, almost statuesque. So yeah, it's definitely going to be something like that. I want to try to give it a elegant look, but just kind of motion and just the position, just kind of like the action shot. Yeah. Beautiful.
Great. Well, you guys, I'm a big Alien fan, so I'm very happy to have anybody doing any kind of alien things in my class. Take a shot right over there. Good Lord! Not another toy purchase. I've had to explain to many friends and girlfriends through my life that toy buying is part of my education, part of my artistic education, and so far everybody's bought that. And here's Anna. Let's go to Anna.
Hi, my name is Anna Knigge. I am a makeup artist and actress, and pretty new at the sculpting. I've sculpted one thing before. I'll be doing she's based on Nordic mythology. I'm from Sweden, so it's kind of taken from folklore and the gods and stuff. So basically it's just a sketch at the moment. I'll see what happens to her.
Right. Do you have your sketch with you?
Yes.
Can we see it?
Yes, it's not very good.
It's okay. I'm always careful to point out you don't have to be able to draw. We were just talking about ADI and the guys over there. I remember I used to do drawings on the table with Tom Woodruff, and they were very simple drawings. They were not stick people, but they were very simple drawings. And once again, you don't have to know how to draw to sculpt professionally. But I love that she's done a preparation drawing.
I used to be able to draw when I was a teenager, and it's just like, this is what I have for now. She's going to be like a seer type thing.
Okay. And is there no mouth there?
I haven't. Don't know how to make the mouth yet. I'm not sure how she looks down there.
Right. We'll find it in clay. Find it in clay. Once again, I love that she's got even just a simple drawing there. I can see the three eyes. I can see the shape of the face. And it's I'll do a drawing very simple like that too, just to have something to push against to start the sculpture. Is it needed? No, but anything that gives me relaxation when I approach that sculpture is great. So wonderful. Did you have a drawing at all?
I don't have a drawing. I just got a bunch of the reference pictures of a bunch of Giger pieces. So
wonderful.
I'm going to build off of that.
Wonderful. Great. Okay. Let's move ahead. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rob Seal, makeup artist, lab person. I haven't been sculpting a lot lately, so I'm trying to get back into it. And my concept is going to be kind of creepy, dark fantasy, stone golem kind of thing. And with like portions of it broken, and there's like this sinewy, fleshy creature kind of living inside of it. So that'll be what I'm going to attempt to do.
And do you have any drawing?
I do not. I tried to sketch some like head shapes out, but I found more reference in books.
Right.
So I'm just going to go off of that.
Great, man. Now, this is beautiful. This drives me crazy. So you've got a stone being. Pieces of stone have broken away, and you see a fleshy creature underneath. This is a great idea. This is a wonderful idea. Great, man. And it's funny, my brain goes back to the Golem with Roddy McDowell. and the golem had kind of a pointed head. I know you'll do your own thing, but I love the idea that you're going to do a stone treatment. I have a lot of techniques that I can share with you for breaking rock.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Because I want it to look very like ancient and regal, but then I want that creature to be really horrific and just make you feel uneasy.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
I want to try to make you feel things.
Well, maybe the stone is encasing the being.
Yeah.
So maybe the being inside is screaming or something of that effect.
Yeah, I want it to be some kind of like open maw with like nasty teeth, just something really grotesque.
Beautiful.
To go against the sort of just nice clean lines of a stone being.
I love it. That sounds great. Sounds wonderful. Well, thank you, Rob. That
Yeah.
sounds, we'll love seeing that on Friday. That sounds awesome. Great. Cool.
I'm Matt Terrell. So I'm kind of aligned with Roger. I'm looking to do something more biomech, but with mine, I want it to be where it's not really like mechanical, not just tubes, but I want to have the essence of it being mechanical, but very biological.
Okay.
So kind of the shapes, but not the textures and the finishes of something mechanical.
Okay. Do you
And-
mean more like a surface texture, like you can feel it subliminally under the skin?
Well, that, but not more like the shapes, kind of like you have tubing. So it kind of has the essence of tubing, where it's kind of symmetrical in some ways.
Okay.
But it's more biological. It's a little bit more angular, but kind of has that same like
Great.
symmetrical look to it.
Okay.
Again, I didn't bring reference or anything. I kind of just want to get my hands in the clay and just see what shapes kind of pop out to me.
Find it in the clay. Yeah.
And then what my overall idea for it is, I also would like to learn to do like pullover masks.
Okay.
So mine, I want to kind of look at it as if I was designing this as a pullover mask, what would be the choices I would need to make,
Right.
and to think about while I'm designing and while I'm sculpting. So.
Wonderful. Well, once again, it is a different mindset. When you go into masks and pullover masks and things of that nature, you want to sculpt the eyes in. So once again, you and I together will do a demo eye, and I'll show you how to sculpt eyes in there, where you can either cut out the center of the iris, or you have a variation or a bit of real estate where you can cut out a view port or hole. I remember I did a scarecrow years ago, and it became a haunted hayride favorite because it had huge eye holes that were cut out, so the actor could use his own eyes. And but this doesn't have to be like that. What I'd love for you is for it to serve double duty. So you have this mask that you can pull on your head, and you're able to see through it, and you're able to be comfortable in the mask. And then you also have a display head. If you're going to have a plaster mold, what I want you to do, and I'm not telling you, I'm not spending your money for you, but if you're going to mold it, I would love you to run a couple of polyfoam and latex, just two. And you're going to do paint jobs on one in earnest, then paint jobs on another in earnest. And you'll stand back and you'll look back and you'll say, this paint job keeps winning. Everybody responds well to this paint job. Then that's your display head. So it's a mask he's got, but it's also a bitchin' display head that you can take on a job interview.
Right.
And people know I'm crazy. I walked into a place called the Metamorphex, which I don't know if it's still around. Great place. And I was with a friend of mine, an associate, and I walked in with my Tin Man head. What a great way to meet that gentleman. What a wonderful way to walk into an interview. Here's a head that I built. So, very exciting. Anyways, there's me planning all what you're going to do with your head. You do what you want to do with it. But I love the idea of, for myself personally, I usually paint multiples. And almost like I wait to see the reaction of my friends and what have you, and that usually decides what the best paint job was. It's pretty exciting, man. And once again, finding stuff in the clay. A lot of people will say to me, do you know what this is going to look like when it's done? Sometimes, if they've given me a drawing and I got to stick to that drawing, but most of the time, no. I'm looking for something inside of the sculpture, inside of the clay that's, and it's not a happy accident. It's, I have my concept, right? I get it as far along as I can, but I also have to be open to things that I can find in 3 dimension. When an employer gives me a beautiful sketch, you still need to bring the artist in to make it work. It may be a great sketch in the head-on, but even if they've provided you a profile of the same subject matter, it's not going to fire right. So you still need to bring your own taste and aesthetic into it as much as possible. And of course, the upshot to that also is if I get a bad drawing, I'm in heaven. I'm thrilled. If somebody comes over and says, we want you to build this, and it's a terrible drawing, thank you. That means I get to bring some of my experience to the project. Anyways, ramble. Mike.
My name is Michael Clays. I'm a video producer and artist, and I'm going to be working on a bird-like alien horror creature from a charcoal series that I've been working on. And it's a bunch of different textures. There's a lot of fleshy skin.
Do you have the drawing?
I do, yeah.
Please share.
Well, this is just some profile I sketched to kind of give myself a better idea. It's going to be a lot of experimentation. I'll sort of figure some things out along the way. But it's like some bones, some flesh, some meaty stuff, some scales, and
right.
It's going to be a lot of fun stuff.
Well, I love it. It's a creepy thing. And also, the drawings, you can tell the direction is very original. We always want to try to be pushing whenever we can to find something original. Even though you may hit more towards a classic alien thing, sounds like yours is a hybrid, and his stuff is very original. So that's exciting to look at. We'll work a lot with textures. And when I see the carapace or the fleshiness that you have around here, it just seems like a license for me to show you how to do a bunch of interesting wrinkle work. Based upon your taste and what you like, I'll do several different demos, and you'll catch on to one of them that you like. Some of them you may see, you may not like. That's fine too. Anything that informs your style and what you want. And then on the beak and stuff like that, I've sculpted a few of those type of things before, and I have a real opinion about how to do bone, fingernail material, what have you. Some of this stuff can leaf up a little bit. If you look at a bad beak damage, you can see that there's different layers of strata, if you will. And to get into some of that might be interesting. But really, we got a lot of textures going on there.
Awesome.
Pretty exciting. And once again, a very original idea. The drawings give me an odd feeling. I expect the sculpture will too. Sometimes I look at these things like, how does it make me feel when I stand next to it? And anyways, neither here nor there. And let me go ahead and grab this phone. I'm going to turn it towards you. Hey!
Hi!
Welcome, Casey. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us about your concept.
I'm Casey Mooseman, and my concept today, I have a little drawing, so I'll bring it out. I can find it in all these reference photos.
You show them the great reference there of that one while you're looking for the drawing.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of fantasy.
Hold that up, hon, so I can see. There, I got reflections on it. There we go.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of fantasy. I love things like Guillermo del Toro's work,
Right.
specifically Hellboy or Pan's Labyrinth. So one of my ideas was in Pan's Labyrinth, there was a redesign of the forest fairies as leaves, as these stick monsters, which was brilliant.
Great.
I wanted to create a starfish kind of fairy or elf-like creature, fantasy creature, who evolved out of a starfish. So
Beautiful.
what I'm looking for today is kind of to find more organic forms, work on my organic forms, improve my symmetry. Yeah.
Good. You're in the right place. We're crazy for symmetry in here. At least in the block out.
I know.
And then we move on to
That's what I'm
something
scared
else.
of.
Oh, wonderful. That's a great drawing. Let me get a shot of this crazy starfish. Just because
They're
he's so weird.
beautiful.
Hold that up for me, would you?
They
real
look
quick?
like aliens. They're just so amazing.
That one's really weird looking. I love that.
And there's this one.
That's my second favorite. Well, needless to say, she's brought great references here. And we're going to come back and check in with you. I'm going to hand that back to you. Wonderful stuff. Well, and when I look at her drawing, I get a very aquatic feel. And anybody who's looking now realizes that we have a long history of aquatic people. It's just a great design element because there's so much variety in form and color. And then you add to that a human aspect. It's going to be fun. Wonderful. That's really all I have to say. You know what? We're all going to take a break, and then we're going to go ahead and get our armatures together. That's going to be all that we're doing for today. We're all going to be working on getting clay on. We will come back probably in the middle of the week, but certainly on Friday. I want to invite all of you to come back in and see what our class did. Have a great day, and thanks for coming in.
Before we go, we have a few comments. Sure. So Danielle Gray says, "Hi, I wish I lived in the USA so I could take this class."
Thank you.
Ivan Bello said, "Just did this class in the UK. Absolutely brilliant. Can't recommend it enough."
Ivan's a brilliant sculptor.
He says, "Have fun, everyone."
Nice.
Christine Rose says, "Hello." And
Hello, Christine.
Jacob Elgard says, were you on Face Off? Yes, this is Rob Seal.
Hello.
He was. And there's a whole bunch of people here who are excited to see what's going to happen on Friday.
That's right. That's right. Well, wonderful. Well, we'll come back and we'll see you then. Thanks.